Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, YouTube, you guys get to decide on what is right and what is wrong in the situation. So right now, we've been kind of just doing random videos in this channel, so thank you guys all for watching or subscribing or whatever it might be. I don't really know what I'm doing here, but for this video, we're discussing some random VTuber drama, because if you guys are familiar with the VTuber scene, Twitter scene, Twitch scene, whatever, there's always just some random stupid shit that's going on. Like, let's just keep it a $1.50 over here. And it is like a high school drama, and it's kind of sad, if you really think about it, because me as a content creator throughout the years, I just kind of like, if stuff happens, I kind of talk to them in private and move on. But VTubers are, well, a special breed. And I'm sure there's great VTubers out there. I've met a bunch, but there's also a lot of fucking idiots. So let's go talk about the fact that right now there is a VTuber who is calling out and harassing a homeless VTuber over art. And once again, this is why this VTubing world is crazy, because who would even think that I'd even be randomly entertained by this? But let's go talk about it. And I would love to hear your thoughts on who's right, who's wrong. And yeah, so let me try to give you guys the breakdown. These are like this VTuber, VPoshies over here, and I'll show some pictures, some screenshots, go through it, has been homeless. They had context, we'll show it, where they were, living with their family. They were kind of horrible living conditions. They decided to move on out, and, they were living through hotels, trying to find their next place to live. But throughout that entire drama going on, which I hope everything sorts out well for them, they were also getting art made. They had like just various stuff with their VTubing online branding being presented, which cost money. And as they're doing charity donations and like, kind of just doing some events on their stream to help also with the homelessness, people were like, hey, what's going on? Like, you're doing subathons and donathons trying to get money from your community, and you're currently homeless. Like, maybe kind of figure your shit out a little bit before you try to go get more money from other folks. That's the take. And this is also their response. So I'm just trying to give you guys both sides. I'm not saying who's right or wrong. I'm kind of in that weird kind of fence sitting side, where there's always extremes. Like this before I dive in the videos, you guys know I'm rational. So if you guys think I'm rational, subscribe. If you guys think I'm stupid, leave a hate comment. I don't know, whatever, do whatever you want. But I think if you are in the mix of like being homeless, you don't have a current house, you have a lot of expenses you got to go for, whatever, you should probably save some money. And if you're also asking for people for money, it is kind of a bad look to be having art, even if other people paid for it. Like, that's just the reality of it. But I'm also on the one step above that, is that you're, some things are already in motion. Some people are just trying to be nice and do little art surprises. And as well, sometimes you just maybe just want to spend some money to make yourself happy, or maybe you think it might be long-term good for your brand. So it's like, I think it's one of those things where it's all in the various levels of things. Like if you spend $50 when you're trying to move out, it's okay. If you spend $5,000, you're an idiot. That's that type of vibe. And I think this is one of those things where it's on the equilibriums. So let's go talk about it. Like I said, I don't think anyone's in the wrong. I kind of lean towards more poshies. They had money. They worked on it. Art was gifted to them, whatever. Let's talk about saying. Let's talk about the constant harassment I've been receiving for months, thanks to mousey, and as of yesterday, GOV mousey. I'm going to talk about the slandering me and my situation both publicly and privately. Saying over here, they have had Google Docs that have been also spread in between people's communities. Like, this is some crazy high school stuff. Saying homeless. This is like the spark of the controversy. Homeless, then spends hundreds, maybe thousands on art, then proceeds to ask for their community to donate to them, and then guilt trips them into doing it. It's got some good views, had like 19,000 views, a lot more as of this point. I think it might be deleted now. And then also mousey. There's so much I can say about this, and I'm so glad I'm not the only one who's noticed, because I run so much deeper than anyone thinks. And people are discussing, saying that's totally understandable. If I were to sell her again, it would likely be only to use I trust you. This is them trying to sell art, like a model, I believe. I don't know, this VTuber stuff's crazy. I want to be a VTuber, but this stuff is like, I want to like avoid this stuff like a plague. These people are crazy. So anyway, they've been trying to like sell models, get some money back out there, do whatever. So here's the context for this poshiest person. They lived alone for 5 years, moved back in with my mom after multiple hospital scares and severe mental health. I get that, I get that vibe. Mom is mental and well, get it. Kicks me out, temporarily homeless, living in hotels, but they are paying for their own accommodation, which I think if you can handle your bills, like you're paying for the stuff, that's good. Like, this is why I kind of lean towards, I think, this poshiest person. I do think you should be more fiscally responsible. If you have these weird, like you're technically homeless, you should be saving your money. If you're asking people for money online, you should also be putting that towards living conditions. But I believe they also work, they do drawing. They said they had savings. So I think it's okay. Like, I think you spend a little money for your stuff online, it's okay. Like, I think it's fine. In a bad situation, sometimes you just want to go to Applebee's, bro, and get some like margarita. I don't know. I get it. I get it. But I still lean towards a little bit that you should be saving money, but this is like a normal person would be like, yeah, I see both sides and move on. But VTuber drama, it's no, you're a whore and you're stealing money from your community, and then other person's like, fuck you. It's like it's VTubers are nuts. Anyway, so the big thing is that they were sleeping on a toilet, dude. Like they were sleeping in a kitchen, and like this looks kind of sketchy, bro. Like I feel this. Like I don't want to get out of the situation if they truly were sleeping next to a literal toilet. Like, yeah, I support this. Get out of there, dude. Like this is why I lean towards them a little bit, in my mind. So this person's literally sleeping in a bathroom. And as of right now, they're trying to get their life together, which is why I think this is where the critique of like, hey, you should be saving your money. I would agree, because you never know when this money might run out. But once again, I don't think it's worth it to harass the person when they're already down. Like, I'm sure they probably already know it. Being kicked out, desperately been searching for housing for months, zero notice, just out the house same day, which in theory you probably should have been evicted. If you are a tenant, like you can probably actually live the eviction life. Is it worth being harassed more? Probably not, but if it is what it is. They don't want to dock themselves. They've had their laptop too. So like they are like just living in random hotels, middle of nowhere. Life's not going good, but I did laugh a little bit having waifus as you're in like all this stuff. But they're trying to keep it all low key. So then they also had multiple issues apparently, being like they try to apologize for a bunch of times. Like they've been trying to avoid drama, whatever, dude, because they're trying to sell like a VTuber model or something too. I don't know. Saying I'm so angry with her BS. Didn't mean to upset you with it. You didn't do it. I don't mind her being brought up. I just might go a little tangent about her behavior. That's valid, sure. Just like kind of shit talking on the low key, Yeah, I'm in such a bad situation that I'm having to sleep on the floor, need to move out, and gets 500 commissions. Trying to be like, hey, you're kind of guilting the community, which it is a little bit. But as you kind of express your situation, it's okay. Like you're allowed to feel like people are allowed to feel sympathy for you and pity for you in a bad situation, especially if like you either have a community behind you already, that's fine, or if you as well make good art. Like I think it's okay. Now, do I think it's a little opportunistic? Yeah, but it's like it's okay. Like they need the money. Like they're working for it. Like I think it's fun. I can see why someone kind of get irks by it. Maybe they're an artist and they don't get as many commissions. Maybe they don't like the idea that, maybe viewers are giving them gift subs as they're homeless and then, pity tweeting on Twitter. I get it, but it's kind of petty. Let people have trauma. Let people try to get their stuff together. If they've earned the support, I think it's fine, Hopefully I'm sounding rational here. So I feel like I'm the only person seeing through this. No, I think most people see it. They just don't mind, I've been so close to making a call-out post, but I've been holding off, even though I don't think she should get away with this behavior too as well. And like, she's extremely passive-aggressive when I brought up these issues. Like some people are like, hey man, like, she's just taking advantage of it. Which they're just trying to get their stuff all situated. Like I see both sides, but I lean more towards this She's side. Well, she messaged me about it, but I told her I wanted to talk to you about it because I knew your situation too as well. And they were, like I said, she's trying to like sell like a model, I think, too, in the mix this as well. So she said you say the same thing whenever you owe someone money and then use the money for art commissions, which is bad. Like, I don't want to deny, just I think the way they're going about it and critiquing isn't really there. Like maybe like a best friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, family, close friend, even mod, like very gently be like, hey, we're worried about your situation. You might be overspending. Like keep it like a normal conversation, bro. Like if you're an online person and you barely know each other, like you don't have to pocket watch and care, you know what I mean? But like they're valid, but like one side's way more valid than the other in my opinion, because you should be saving money. If you're online talking about this stuff, I don't want you spending money on art and stuff like that, get your stuff together. But once again, I think some people were just doing it as a gift and send them little presents. If you guys want to read these, you guys can. I don't really care because they don't even type properly. You drop in the U with, I type out the U and type out the, right? You know what I mean? But I think just the moral of the story is like they were trying to resell some stuff and they were getting kind of called out and it was kind of a weird vibe. And they're trying to get their vibes all together. But they were also doing Google Docs in private, dude. And this is where stuff gets like weird. Because you would assume like they apologized months ago as well. And like, you know, it's just weird, awkward friend stuff. Like they just don't really mean the words they mean. If you guys want to pause this, you guys can. I don't want to read it out loud. But like, just, you know, just weird situations. They're trying to apologize, but I'm sure these apologies didn't really mean that much. And it just leads to big drama, you know, out here too. They're trying to find a mutual ground. I feel like this seems like it'd be fine, you know, whatever it might be, but they're literally making Google Docs, bro, and then sending it without being public. Like, dude, like, this is like a 16-page Google Doc that these people are sending to people in private, dude. You know, like, what? I don't even want to read these. That's not, you don't have to worry about it too. Like, they have closing statements and pictures, and like, these people are so passive aggressive between the two, man. Like, this is why VTuber stuff's crazy from an outside perspective. Like, these people are unironically trying to like just guilt trip each other too as well, and like they owe people money and all this type of stuff. Like, I haven't deep dove this. I'm kind of giving you guys the heads, like the big picture for it. But like, this stuff's crazy, dude. Like, what is going on, man? What is going on? So anyway, like, they were just making art. They had issues with it. Like, and I just want to know what your thoughts are. Like, it seems like they're trying to find a house. So I think that seems chill, you know? Like, they're trying to, you know, whatever. Like, they're homeless. They're doing their vibes. They're doing whatever too as well. They're doing art. They're trying to make their money. They're trying to do stuff. They did a little donations too as well. Like, look. So what I take donations if I can afford commissions, couldn't then, can do now due to all the financial assistance. That's literally it too as well. I'm grateful for the people in life that have decided to support me, not care during all this type of stuff. You know, I mean, like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I personally would not probably donate to someone like this if they're spending money on art and random stuff, if they're in the mix to being homeless. But like, other people might, you know, other people might. They might be a little simpy or something, bro. That's kind of strange. But yeah, anyway, so this person was like homeless, trying their best to get back on their feet, maybe spend a little extra money than they probably should have. Yeah, that happens. And then in the mix of this all, they're like, bro, doing like this petty, like linking Google Docs, their friends, that this never even went public, I believe, too, as well. And this is why VTubers are crazy. So let me know who you guys think is in the right, I guess, in this situation. Because other people online are calling them out too. Saying, watch an Oomphy on their 100th donathon of the year. I think they made 2 because they're struggling financially, but re-debuting new models, overlays, and art every few months, which I do agree I agree with this. It's just done poorly. Like, it is what it is. You know, drop it. You know, you call it out a little bit, you know, move on. But this seems like a multi-month long process where there's a lot more bitterness involved than you'd expect. Like, I think the polishy person saves some money, then afterwards do whatever, do some commissions. If you have your money all good, I'm not pocket watching you, do what you want. If your community supports you, do whatever. These people, you are not wrong, but you don't have to really make it public. You could just, you know, discuss it privately with your buds and be like, yeah, this person sucks, and move on. Like, you don't gotta make some call out tweets or whatever, just block and move on, don't deal with them, you know, and easy peasy lemon squeezy. But yeah, that's just the issues too as well, because people are saying like, hey, I can barely afford bills. I have these events though, and people can like go and donate stuff if they want to as well. And like, if my community just wants to support my dream, my stream, they can, you know, like, it's kind of a back and forth. So let me know what you guys think. Like, I think this Shivio person's probably going to drop more information, so I guess subscribe if you guys care about this stuff. But I do feel bad, because if you're trying to get your shit together, man, like, the last thing you want is like people online getting up your ass, like trying to like critique you even more, you know. So I kind of lean towards this polishy person. Like, get your stuff sorted, get your bank sorted, spend the money how you want. At the end of the day, it's not my problem. But these people are not wrong. But just, I think they're just going about it the wrong way, and it kind of comes off very like, kind of like just rude, you know. Just, you don't need it. Like, if someone's in drama, their life's kind of in shambles, like, let them cook a little bit, you know, and then maybe if they keep doing it afterwards, and maybe say something. I don't know, a little bit of a random yap video. Let me know if you guys like this type of stuff, or if I should focus on stuff more. I'm still new at this stuff. And I appreciate y'all for watching. Subscribe if you guys are new, or leave a like. Thank you guys.